Hi guys, it's Molly. So we're going to go through a couple of different ways of how to do your brows today. That is one thing that I do not leave home without doing are my brows. I have had my brows microbladed before. However, it's been a couple of years, so they definitely need to be retouched. However, even sometimes whenever I have them microbladed, I still like to, have a little bit of that makeup look to them, a little bit of a solid look. So today I'm going to show you a couple of different ways that you can do your brows. One is with a pencil and the other is with an angled brush. So I will start with the dip brow and the angled brush. So what I'm going to use today is the Anastasia Beverly Hills, and that color is in chocolate, and it's the dip brow pomade. And then I'm going to use this angled brush, which is by Sephora, and I really love this brush because it's nice and thin, as you can see, and it has a really crisp angle to it to get in there and make those really pretty fine hair look, and also make a nice line for your brow. So, and I also have a really cool in between color switch, and it cleanses your brush for you while you're switching up things for your makeup. If you want a little bit more versatile brow, you can do a little color switch with that. So I'm going to open up the pomade, and as you can see, it is just that. The consistency of it is just beautiful. It's perfect for doing your brows. But the key to doing your brow with an angled brush is to use your lid. So you're going to put your lid in the palm of your hand, like I'm holding it here. And you're going to take your brush and you're going to slightly dip into that pomade. And then you're going to wipe your brush in your lid, like so. So it's nice and thin and there's not a lot of excess product. And then what I like to do is I just check my brows out to make sure I don't have any excess stray hairs. So my first step I'm going to do is I'm going to brush my brows up just to comb those hairs. You can use a brow gel, or they do make hairspray for the brow, but you're just going to comb your brow, help to brush those out. So then I like to grab my brow and I like to pull my brow up by my arch and really get in there and start and make a nice, super crisp line. Short, simple strokes. I'm going to go back into my cap, not the pomade, but into the cap where my excess product is. Dabbing into that just slightly. And then I'm going to start with the top. I'm going to go more towards the center of my brow, up into the arch. And just crisp little strokes there. Then I'm going to come back to the front of my brow and finish it off here. Making sure that your angle, this point, angles to your brow, to the front of your brow always while applying. Going to go back into the cap, grab some more product, and now I'm going to fill in the central part of my line. So I have my upper line, my lower line, and now I'm going to go in and fill in that. So it really gives it that finished look. Now, a lot of people want to do the faded look going into the front of the brow, which I love if I'm going for a little bit more of a theatrical look. So I'm going to show you how to achieve that without it looking too fake. So you're going to take your brush and you're literally going to put it into the brow just like this at the up and down angle. And then I like to just start that fade so it keeps it somewhat squared off. But yet not too much. Now, don't worry if you bring this line down just a little bit or if it feels like it's too messy, because we're gonna go back after I do this brow and pencil, and I'll show you how to highlight underneath that brow bone so it really gives a nice pop. So now I'm going to go and use on my right brow, it's Hourglass in dark brunette. And the cool thing I love about this is it has your brow brush on one end, and then it has your angled pencil on the other end. Preferably, I like doing the dip in pomade, but this is a great alternative for those who really just cannot get the angle for the brow. So again, I pull my brow up. This is not going to give you as crisp of a line either. It's going to give you a thicker pencil look. So you can see the difference even underneath both brows. So then I'm going to start, remember, more central here, going up into the arch, and then bring it down. And then just feather that underneath there, just to give it more of a feel in. You can also combine both of these techniques. There's really no right or wrong way to do it, but you can combine both of these in a full look if you'd like. And always, if I go up too high, I always take my finger and just lightly kind of brush that down. Now, same thing, you're going to turn your pencil at the up and down angle now and fade. Perfect. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back underneath the brow just so it gives it that really clean look. You want to really define your brow once you have your pencil or your powder on. And remember, your brows are sisters, not twins. So I feel like people just fret way too much over their brows, them looking exactly perfect and mimicking and mirroring each other. I don't really stress about that too much because I know that I'm really the only one that's going to pay attention. Like whoever looks at someone and goes, oh my gosh, they have completely two different brows. So what I'm going to use now is I'm going to use a flat brush by Sephora. And this can be, this is used as a shader, but I'm going to use it to very definitively go underneath the brow to highlight that. So I'm going to rub it into just some concealer. You can use any color really as long as it's a concealer base. Once I get it on the brush, I'm just going to rub it on the back of my hand to grab that excess product and really rub it in so I don't have too much caking underneath the brow. And then same thing, I'm going to pull high and tight and just go right underneath that line. And a lot of people, you can really do this above the brow as well. I don't do that all the time. You can do it with a shimmery highlighter or with your concealer to make it really pop. Same thing for this. Gonna go just underneath This is where I made that pencil line just a little thick. So I'm just gonna straighten that up. Just quick, easy strokes. Lining that brow up and then bringing it down. And then same way over here, above the brow to highlight it. Just helps make your brows pop. Now, a lot of times, if I'm in a rush and I'm just really not thinking about what I'm doing, I will get the fade a little too thick. And by looking at my brows right now, I can see that the fade on this right brow is just a little too heavy for me. So what I'll do is I will go back to my angled brush and I will cleanse it so there's not any product on there. And if you're using the angled brush technique, you can just fade it like so to help soften. Or if you are using your pencil, you may want to take your brush and go in and just do quick strokes like this. And that will also fade it a lot more for you. Voila. So that's how you do it. You have your pencil brow and you have your pomade brow with Anastasia and your angled brush. So I will let you be the judge on which technique you like the best. I personally feel like the pomade with the brush gives a little bit more crisp, clean look, a little bit more natural look. I think it's just my choice. However, I do use the pencil as well. You decide which is easier for you. So don't forget, if you like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we have much more makeup tutorials and lifestyle videos coming your way.